so much for taking the time to answer some questions. Super stoked about your new album. Had a listen to it. Sounds amazing. So yeah, let's get into it. My first question is like, how did you guys get started in music, and how did you all meet in Wellington?
We've known each other almost our entire lives. So
very long time.
We went to school together. I've known Jamie, the drummer, since like we were tiny. And yeah, we all met in high school because we had very similar interests, and we were kind of like these, I would say, shy, kind of like ratty skater kids. And
Love it.
we all kind of like gravitated towards the same dingy spot at high school.
Yeah.
And then got talking and found out that we all liked music. And yeah, like basically the start of the band. There's other things that happened. Like we were originally a drum beatbox duo, me and Jamie.
Oh,
where
wow.
I was drumming, he was beatboxing, but that I don't even think we even rehearsed. The idea was just trash, and then we decided we'd start a band instead, having zero experience. And then Ian joined and Alex joined.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Me and Alex are twin brothers as well, so they've known each other.
Oh, really?
Okay.
You've known each other for ages. That's awesome.
Yeah, they've been roomies for ages.
Oh man.
So you guys are in Melbourne, right, at the moment?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the, like, when did you guys move to Melbourne together, and like what was the main reason you decided to move?
We moved in 2017, and it was kind of because we played a sound, what is it called? Fucking showcase. We played a showcase in Auckland in 2016 called Going Global. And
oh yeah, heard of that.
Yeah. And Tom Larkin from She Hard, he was there, and he came up to us after we played and was like, hey, I'm kind of like doing mentoring in Melbourne. You guys should think about coming over and recording with me. Awesome. So we were kind of like starstruck because it was Tom. He's one of our childhood heroes, essentially.
Yeah.
And then it all moved pretty fast, and we were there 6 months later.
I mean, we weren't doing anything else. It was like we looked at what we had been doing for the last like 2 years, and like, honestly, if we stay any longer, we're probably just going to be doing the same stuff.
Yeah.
And we should go and try our luck somewhere else. And he was great.
So congrats on your debut album.
Thank you.
Love Boredom Bicycles. Love the title. It's incredible, like super fun, refreshing, and high energy, which is amazing. So yeah, how did you land on the name of the album, and what sort of themes do you delve into with the songs?
It's an easy question to answer.
Yeah.
Because it's literally those three things.
Nice.
Love Boredom Bicycles. And like we were tossing around all these other names, but it was like, I think someone else, like our manager suggested, like, what's it about? I'm like, well, Love Boredom Bicycles. Like, that's it. That's the name of the album. I'm like, really? Like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah, trust me. That's the album. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. What was the kind of like writing and production process for the album like?
Well, it started like 2.5 years ago, essentially.
Yeah.
Where like COVID happened, and everything stopped, and we were like, what do we do?
Yeah.
We also were already like had plans to do an EP.
Yeah, true.
In 2019. So that was what we were supposed to do. We were supposed to record all these songs for the EP. But
then COVID hit, and we're not going to put an EP out during that.
Exactly.
So we stopped and kind of reflected on everything, and started like writing music again after a while of just being like, what the hell is this lockdown?
Well, there'd been also like because 2019 was all about this EP that we were going to release. It had been such a long time since we wrote music, and then COVID happens, and you're given all this extra time. So we're like, let's write a bunch of songs and see if we can make this EP into an album. Basically, just like tacking on 3 songs at the end of this EP. Yeah. We started writing, and a song called Peripheral Vision was written, and there was kind of like holy shit, this is so different to anything that is on the EP. It's so different. It's a completely different direction to anything that we had done before.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense just to like like throw these at the end of the EP. So yeah, we decided that we were going to just start fresh with a bunch of new songs, because things like once we wrote Peripheral, it was like a bit of a, you know, an avalanche. More songs that were in the same kind of vein started coming out, and yeah, we figured pretty quickly that this was a change in direction.
Yeah, I think like you were saying, like sometimes it just doesn't fit on the music that you're working on, and obviously you're getting inspiration and growing as artists as like time goes on. And yeah, I think definitely the album's so cohesive, and yeah, definitely brings out a whole different side of you guys, which is really awesome. Concertina, that's one of my favorite songs of yours. What was the inspiration behind that track?
It was...
Oh, there's a lot to unpack here.
So Ciarann wrote the song.
Yeah.
From what he's told me,
yeah,
it was kind of like the release of all this kind of maybe pressure's the wrong word.
No, I think pressure.
I guess yeah.
Frustration
and pressure from different parties, kind of telling us how our music should sound. And then what? Yeah, it was.
Well, we like we were talking about earlier, this EP that we were doing. One of the main problems we were having with it was that like we had one party going, it should sound like this, and another party going, it should sound like that. And we're kind of like in the middle of it, just going, I don't actually know what we sound like anymore. Yeah. I don't know what we want to be. Yeah. And it was like a bit of a head fuck, so to speak.
Yeah.
And we're kind of like, it got to a point where we're just completely and utterly like just frustrated with what we were doing. And Concertina being like one of the songs that came after, you know, the decision to do an album, it was just like we found that belief in ourselves again to be like, actually, we're just going to stick with what we know and what we want. And if people don't like it, then they can just, you know, fuck off. Essentially, that's basically what the song is. It's just us going like, you know, we'll take it. Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah. No, I think that's so important, just to stick to your gut and just go with what you believe in, because you don't want to start writing a song, it's going in a direction that you don't like, you don't want, and then you end up scrapping it in the end. Like, definitely the way to go.
And we just felt like we despised the songs in the end, and it was just like, what am I doing here? Yeah. But fortunately, like with the album, the songs have stayed pretty much the main thing that we talked about with Oscar, who produced it, was like, we need to make sure that these songs don't lose any of the qualities that they had in the demos.
Right.
So we've basically just gone in and tried to replicate what we had done ourselves without anyone else. And just try to basically improve on that. So this feels like more like us than anything we have ever done, which is
yeah, that's awesome. No, what were some of your highlights working on the album?
Working on the album, well, I enjoyed doing the guitars and the vocals in a bar.
That
was nice. We had like one of our mates who's also in a band in Melbourne, like working downstairs and just like sending up jugs of margarita and beers during the session. So that was good.
Yeah.
Love it.
But I don't think I could single one thing out from recording the album. I think like the whole process was incredible.
Yeah.
Like Oscar made it really easy. He trusted our process. He really he didn't just trust it. He was like, this is yours. So I'm just going to press record and you do what you want, essentially.
Was there a song that you found it really easy to write like on the spot, or was it quite different throughout like the recording?
There were definitely songs that were a struggle and took ages. But
they're actually probably more the older songs on there, because there are a few scattered in there that we have had for a while that are like, basically we have no choice but to put these songs on because our fans have liked them for such a long time when we played them live. So there are a few of those.
And then
there's songs like High Vis.
I was gonna say High Vis.
Yeah. It's like High Vis was written on a day that I had this co-write with somebody, and it was just like such a grind. The whole thing was just like, it was such a grind. The session was just taking forever and we were getting nowhere. And then like I hung up because it was on Zoom because of COVID. I hung up and Alex came downstairs into the studio and just started like playing this riff. And initially I was like, can you shut up? I don't want to hear your fucking riff right now. I just want to be in peace. But then like I started listening to it, and then it just like everything fell into place. I started playing a bit of guitar. Within like 40 minutes, we had the whole thing, like drums and everything tracked. It was such a simple song as well. It was just like, it just happened so fast. And I think it was just like, for me personally, it was just like this outburst of fucking frustration from being pent up all day. It was like, come on, exactly what I wanted.
But you can hear it in the song though. It's like, it's so fast paced. It's almost art.
And that's why the song's about bikes, because Ian came downstairs because we're all living together, and Ian came downstairs. Like, what are you doing? And like, oh, writing the song. I'm like, cool. What is it about? And I was like, I don't know. We just finished the music. He's like, well, he was like, you should write about something you like. And I was like, no shit, bro. Of course. he was like, what do you like doing right now? I'm like, I'm really into riding bikes. He's like, write about bikes. So there you go. And it was just supposed to be a placeholder, but we were like set on doing it so quickly. And then like a day later, I was riding my bike listening to the demo, because I do that a lot. I like to listen to the demos while on my bike. I was like, nah, this definitely has to stay about riding bikes, because it's sick. It feels so good. Like, it feels empowering when you're like pedaling along and listening to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to ride my bike and listen to it now.
Trust me, it's so good. It feels amazing.
Who would you say are your like biggest inspirations in music?
Well, there's no big secret, but I talk about this band all the time over here, and no one really knows who I'm talking about, but the Mint Chicks.
Oh yeah.
They're like all time, hands down favorite band in the world, the greatest band in the world. Or were when they were the Mint Chicks, but they've been my personal influence since I've been like, I saw them play at some like camp, this like music camp when I was like 8 or 9 years old. And Cody Nielsen actually, that was like, Cody Nielsen left the band for like 4 weeks because he didn't want to, doing a school camp was below him, so he left. And that was the first time that Ruben actually sung music in a band. So obviously he's gone on to do his own thing, but I thought that was the story. But anyway, I digress. Mint Chicks has been my favorite and probably my biggest influence.
We formed the band because we all loved Green Day.
Ah, nice.
The Green Day is also definitely a big influence as well. Especially early on when all we wrote was 3-chord punk songs.
Right.
Quite funny though, like that was all we did, and then we tried not to do that, and now 12 years later we're just doing that again.
Yeah.
So, it's come full circle.
Yeah. Do you have any favorite New Zealand artists right now?
I'm loving Benny at the moment.
Oh, so good.
Really loving Benny. I want to do, like, if we ever get a chance to do a Triple J like a version, I want to do it's a new song, Beach Boy. I want to do that song. I also really love PHF, who's I think Auckland-based. Just like this really kind of outrageous synth pop, like glitch pop, I'd say, more just like, it's a bit like I like that.
Miss June as well.
Miss June, absolutely. I would love to come to New Zealand and open up for Miss June or the Beths.
It'd be
awesome.
What do you love most about New Zealand, and do you have any favorite spots to visit? I don't know when the last time you came to New Zealand was.
Yeah, of course.
The pandemic.
South Glory Road in Wellington. That's a favorite.
Yeah.
The kilns, the cement works in Warkworth.
Oh yeah.
Do you know?
No, I've never been there.
It's like this like lime works. It's an old like ruined lime works factory from like, I don't know, the 50s or something that they tested some explosives on. So it's all just like complete ruins, and they've got this massive hole that goes for like 40 meters, and it's just like, you just swim in it. It's lovely.
Yeah, it is quite lovely.
Very silky smooth, the water as well. What I would do is go back there right now.
So definitely some good spots in Wellington. Kind of like the skyline on the west side of the city.
Yeah.
The water tower on Nio and up in Nio.
Yeah. So
I'm getting all homesick now.
that water tower makes a reference in 21.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah, a lot of nostalgia.
We just used to go up there and drink and smoke blueberry yum and good times.
Love it. When was the last time you went back to Wellington?
We managed to get back for a little bit in May last year when that bubble opened up.
Yeah.
But we haven't played a show for 3 years, maybe 3.5.
Yeah, so it's pretty crazy at the moment.
Definitely itching to get back. And hopefully we can do it soon.
Yeah, it's good the borders are opening up now, so definitely a chance to get back into a show for sure. Here's a big question for you.
Oh God.
What are some of the biggest lessons you've learned in your career so far, and what advice do you have for other Kiwi artists out there?
Biggest lesson.
Don't trust anyone who promises. Okay. Okay. So like when we were in Wellington, there was this guy who I won't name, but he was like, "I'm gonna turn you into the biggest thing since She-Hard."
Right.
We were like, "Oh no way!" Like it was like, all you have to do is give me like, what was it? It was like,
I think
it's like $100 and something a week, and it was like 4 crayfish or something.
It was something bizarre. It was I think it was $50 a week.
Yeah, which is like, we were like 18 and we were like, oh yeah, that sounds all right. And then we went and had this like band meeting at the Southern Cross bar. First time we'd ever like met this guy, and we're rolling like half an hour early.
Yeah.
And then he gets there like 2 hours late, and then he's like, "Oh, a bit rude of you not to buy me a beer. Don't you know how the industry works?" I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Anyway, don't listen to people who want to accept payment in crayfish.
Yeah, but more importantly, if someone offers to manage you and they say you have to pay me like weekly or something, it's not a good deal, because they're a contractor and they get paid commission. So
exactly.
Lessons to be learned, and aren't we better for it?
Yeah, sure. Best advice we could give is to trust yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you know what you want more than anyone else, but of course there's people out there that want to help you do that as well.
Yeah.
So you got to listen to their advice. Yeah. And
don't take it as like Bible, you know.
Yeah,
like,
don't take it as gospel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, is that the saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not what I said.
Not what you said. Like, we've got an amazing relationship with our manager right now, where like we listen to everything they say, but at the end of the day, they're like, you don't have to listen to me. But I've been in the industry for like 20 years. So, you know, it's smart to listen, but also, you know, your fans, you know, your music, this is yours. So you just got to find good people, essentially.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. All right, I've got the last question for you. So we end all our interviews with this question. If you could say one thing to every person in the world, what would it be?
Oh, God. Don't be in a band with twins. And especially don't live with that same band. Oh, terrible idea.
Yeah, I can't believe you live together and work together. That's a lot.
Yeah, we do love each other, really.
I think like it's weird because most people would be like, I wouldn't be able to do that. I couldn't live with my band, but in some ways it makes us stronger in a way.
Yeah, definitely.
It makes things easier because if something pops up, we can just be like, hey, let's talk about this right now because we're all here.
But also, like, because we've known each other so long and we've been together so long and lived together, like, feelings are mended. Hurt feelings are mended faster.
Yeah.
Like, we have a pretty solid understanding about how each other works and stuff. So, yeah, we're pretty good. We're pretty wholesome most of the time.
I guess
we're just triggered very easily by each other.
I guess that's something to tell every single person in the world is to stay wholesome.
Stay wholesome, baby.
Yeah.
No, that's good. Oh, awesome. Yeah, well, that's it. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That was very nice. Thank you very much. It's been quite nice hearing New Zealand accents.
Oh,
Yeah. I've got the thickest accent, I feel like.
I don't know. I feel like
You guys
we're
have
trying.
still a pretty strong Kiwi accent. You haven't.
We're like trying to make sure that we get that back, because I think when we first moved over, it was like we started working hospo and then starting to twist a few words, and then we realized that when people are like, you Kiwis, and we're like, yeah, can't you tell me? Like, nah, we're like, shit, all right. Start saying hard out, start saying mean, start saying sick, like bring it back. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, congrats on the album. It's sounding amazing. You guys doing amazing.
It was very nice to chat to you, and thank you. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, of course, no worries.
Awesome.
All right. I'll catch you guys. Bye.
Yeah.